So here in this video we will discuss the third case. So what is the third kind of situation? Here in this A1 A2 situation, there the case 1 I allowed the temperature to vary, the case 2 I allowed the temperature and volume to vary, and now I will allow the n also to be varied, T, V and n. So all the three I am allowing it to vary, right? So that is my third situation. Now how to deal with this? Of course, similar to the expression which we wrote for the second case here, this expression, right? Here I can always extend that expression as dou . One second. Yeah, here I made a mistake. Actually, this should be right. Dou omega 0 by dou E1. So that should be my thing. I made a mistake while, I don't know, maybe I was copying from the other sheet, the previous day's classes sheet. I made a mistake. So dou omega 0 by dou E1 is 0. Dou omega 0 by dou E1 is 0. That was the case here. And in the case 3, I will have dou omega 1. So dou omega 0 by dou E1 is equal to 0. Dou omega 0 by dou V1 is equal to 0. And in addition, for the case 3, I will have dou omega 0 by dou n1 is equal to 0. So these are the three cases. These are the three expressions which will govern the third case, where you allow the number of particles also to be exchanged between the A1 and A2 and reach to an equilibrium. So when we allow the temperature to vary, yeah, that I will come. Okay, let's continue with the third case. So these are the three kinds of expressions, and if we carry out the derivation similar to the first case, I will one can always go on writing down the expressions like the dou ln omega 1 by dou E1 is equal to dou ln omega 2 by dou E2, and naturally I can write dou ln omega 1 by dou n1 is equal to dou ln omega 2 by dou n2, right? And the other two expressions are there, of course, and therefore I can define a new parameter theta. I know that theta is not to be written like this. There is a better way to write the theta, but for my easiness I always write the theta like this. So but please remember that this is theta. This is my theta. So of course, so theta is equal to dou ln omega divided by dou E. So this is the new expression for the zeta. This I will name as equation number 11, right? This is equation number 11. Because the other equation was equation number 10. So let me put this as equation number 11. So if we carry out the thermodynamic potentials and the thermodynamical relations, d is equal to T ds minus P dV plus mu dn. I will reach to a place where mu is equal to minus T dou s by dou n. Mu is equal to where mu is the chemical potential. We will discuss if needed what is chemical potential and all those things in the live class. So mu is equal to minus T dou S by dou N, which implies what? Which implies that it is my, so if I substitute S is equal to K ln omega into the above expression, I will get theta, right? Theta is equal to mu by Kt. So if I put S is equal to K ln omega here, I will get minus 1 by Kt is equal to minus of dou ln omega by dou n. Dou ln, sorry, here I made a mistake. Dou ln omega by dou n, sorry. Dou ln omega by dou n, which is theta. So therefore theta is equal to minus mu by Kt, and this will lead me to an expression of chemical equilibrium. So we have the three expressions now. One is 1 by Kt, beta equal to 1 by Kt for thermal equilibrium, which means that if I have two systems in thermal equilibrium, its beta 1 is equal to beta 2, which means that its beta has to be a same thing everywhere. For if I take any two systems and I tell that the system A and the system B are in thermal equilibrium, which means that its beta should be same. And what was the next expression? We had eta is equal to P by Kt. So this was mechanical equilibrium. So if this, which means that two parts of the system, if we want to prove that they are in mechanical equilibrium, then their eta should be same. And now we have the zeta is equal to minus mu by Kt, which means that they are in chemical equilibrium. Right? So that is it. So theta 1 is theta 2 for such a system. Okay. And that is it. So one more thing which I will try to do is that for the progress of the next part, so one thing which is for sure is that if we know the omega, right, if we know how to evaluate omega, we can naturally calculate all the other thermodynamic parameters or the thermodynamic quantities. For example, Helmholtz free energy, or the Gibbs free energy, enthalpy. So these kind of thermodynamic parameters. So if we know how to calculate the omega for the system, now I can, because I have the relation for me, S is equal to K ln omega. So I have connected thermodynamics and the statistical quantities. Now my attempt should be to calculate the value of omega. So the moment I know the omega, the number of microstates, I can calculate all the other variables through S. I will write down a series of expression for show the relation between the thermodynamic variables, and I will scan this and send it to you. so that you can by heart it and learn it. Okay, so rest for the next video.